fairness, yes, in fairness, we didn't lose, which
game that we struggle to get up for, and have done. So I'm not sure you can take an awful lot out of it, because we're just as capable of putting in a shocker next week. You just never know. And again, nothing would surprise you at this stage. Look, it will be, by the time the curtain falls on this season in a few weeks' time, it will very much be a story of what could have been, because we haven't been beaten in the league this season against the rest of the league that we've not, and that's what's cost us. So, that still remains the same after today. They'll say as well that they made a couple of changes and whatever, and that's by the by as far as I'm concerned. You play with the cards you're dealt. As I say, I don't take a lot from it, other than it's another decent performance against Celtic, what is it that you're achieving when you do that? Quite frankly, I don't get it. It's a blot on the club, and those people should be identified, and they should receive, as far as I'm concerned, the stadium ban, because it's not acceptable behaviour. In terms of the tifo, I must admit I didn't think much of it at the time when I seen it, when the game started. It's borderline, I would say that. I think it's close to overstepping the mark. I don't necessarily agree. It's not him. We can't keep having situations where names get flung out there and we just absolutely shite it and go, nah, it can't be him. Because we have to recognise that, yes, this ownership model's coming in. Yes, we'll have some money. But then the dynamics of where we are right now, in terms of being in Scotland and all the rest of it, right? We cannot afford to go and buy absolutely the best in class. Whoever we buy, there's going to be arguments you can make against buying that player, because that's where we are.
And a week, no way.
And you might be right. I'm not saying you're wrong. What I'm saying is that's on the club to make sure that there's in the scouting department to make sure there's a list of names there, and they can go through and go, right, who's the top guy that you want? Who's your number one pick? And you go out and try and get him. If you can negotiate terms that are suitable to the club and the player, then you move on and you move to the next, person, and you go, right, let's get a deal for him. Don't forget, we've had. Look at Studios is asking about Danilo as well. We signed Danilo for £6 million, Martin, and he won't be on a small wage either, And what's he's been injured most of the time. Now, does he get another year at the club next year to try and see if we can get something out of him? Possibly, because you're probably in a position of not many people going to want to buy him off the back of this season just because he's been so injury prone. So maybe we have to keep him for a year. Talking about Callum Wilson from Newcastle, well, he'll be a free agent.
Absolutely not a chance in hell.
Well, we're going to want to buy him off the back of this season just because he's been so injury prone. So maybe we have to keep him for a year. Talking about Callum Wilson from Newcastle, well, he'll be a free agent.
Absolutely not a chance in hell.
Well, let me finish the sentence, man. He'll be a free agent this season because his contract's up and he is leaving Newcastle. What I would say though is that Callum Wilson falls into the game roof bracket of he can't keep himself fit. He's a top striker. Make no bones, he is a top striker. He just can't keep himself fit.
Right. Because we don't have a lot of time left.
The team's performance, I think that we obviously played against Rangers that started off with a diamond, so we had to then find a way through that there, and I thought we had lots of spells where we did. Maybe the final third of the pitch, maybe we were just short today in certain passes and making the final pass, but overall I thought we had really good control of the game. We knew we probably should go one up, and then from that there actually a corner that we get, we go behind in the game just before half time, so it's not a great time to concede, but I said to the players, listen, they've done a lot of really good things. We just got to keep our rhythm, keep passing, keep the control on the game, and hopefully eventually the goal will come. So really pleased for Adam. He was a good reference for the team today, and I felt that we were the team that, as I said, with our control and with our playing through, that we felt we could maybe get something in. Because normally you come here, you normally have 10-15 minutes where you're really hanging on, but I never felt we had that today. So, but yeah, pleased that if you can't win it, then of course you don't want to lose it. So, players are really good.
That's what's happening, not just in the coming days heading into that Aberdeen game, not just what's happening these final league games, but the bigger picture and what's happening overall over these next couple of months, both on and off the park.
Yep, there's a point that came in. There was a few interesting spectators at the game today. Gregor Townsend, the Scotland rugby coach, was there, as was Neil Warnock. Bluebells are Blue says at least Warnock get a good look at what he has to play with next season. He loves the Rangers, doesn't he, Neil Warnock? So, he's always welcome at Ibrox. What do you make of this? Looking at the return of away fans, Chris, what do you make of having Celtic fans back in the ground?
I think, like we said after the Parkhead game, when the Rangers fans were there, it makes it more of a spectacle. It makes it more of an occasion. Even then, I thought the crowd at times felt a bit end of season Old Firm game. I thought there was a bit not people going through the motions, but the atmosphere and the game and everything around it didn't have that same kind of sense of Old Firm round about it, which I think is only natural. Celtic turned up here knowing that their job was very much done.
Well, that was boring.